everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is a blue-collar wine show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. We're in episode number 2 of reviewing South African wines. Number 1, Sauvignon Blanc, the whites where there was a couple of bummers in there, but 2, okay wines. In fact, one got an AA+, so that's pretty cool. Thought it tasted a lot like a white Burgundy. So I was excited about that. The price point was a little up there, but I thought it was worth the money. QPR, quality to price ratio, that's what I'm always looking at. That's what a lot of wine guys and girls look at, wine guys and girls. Quality to price ratio. Would it be worth spending that amount of money on it? I'm here to help you decide for yourself if it really is worth it. Today we're doing Cabernet Sauvignon, the second most planted grape in South Africa. Little quiz for you. You can Google it. I don't care, but make it in the comments. What is the number 1 planted grape in South Africa? And I can't even believe that I don't have one for the episodes. I might focus on that particular white blend a little bit later down the road, as well as a red that they're well known for. In fact, they're the only country, I think, that does this varietal. Make that in the comments. The only red varietal that comes out of South Africa? I don't have one of those to review in this series of South African wines, but maybe down the road I'll get some of those to review as well. What is that varietal from South Africa in the red? And what is the number 1 planted wine grape in South Africa? Amazingly, Syrah. There's quite a bit of Syrah in South Africa as well. So let's get started right off the bat. This is Cabernet Sauvignon from South Africa. This is Excelsior 2020 Cabernet Sauvignon. $11. This rolls in at this 2020 Excelsior Cab. Got a little brain fart there, guys. Sorry about that. Got the big glass here. Doing Cab. Might as well have the big boy glass. Whoop. Okay, $11, Cab, fairly dark, going into the dark red category. Let's see what we get on the nose. Right off the bat, I get cherry and a little bit of red rope licorice. A little bit of spice action on the nose. I'm getting a little spiciness. Some currant notes as well. Let's see what we get on the palate. Kind of excited. I like the aromatics on this wine. (14.2% alcohol). (14% alcohol). Sorry. I thought that was a 2. It was a 0. My eyes are still a little buggy. I'm going to get that worked on. Okay, let's see what we get on the palate. That licorice is pretty interesting. Definitely cherry and currant notes. Spicy on the backside. Licorice comes through. A little acidity. It's a little kind of acidic finish, but not in a bad way. It's kind of grippy from the acidity. You know what, guys? This is pretty damn good Cab for $11. I'm just saying right off the bat. Right off the bat. The tannins are softer, but they're structured. Tiny hit of vanilla on the backside, but not that discernible. I like the grip on the finish. This would do good with burgers and pizza for sure. Definitely a burger pizza wine, maybe some spare ribs, something like that. And spicy on the backside. A little black and white pepper coming through. I would not feel bad at all. In fact, I'd feel like maybe I spent more than $11, maybe hedging towards close to 16, 17 bucks on this Cab. They probably, I don't know how they get that kind of peppery, spicy, that takes oak. They didn't put a lot of oak on this for sure because it's 11 bucks, but there's different ways to add oak flavors. You have the staves that you can drop down into the neutral barrels. Big winery perhaps, they can, they have if they have a long history and they have a lot of production, they can definitely pump out wine for less money. The licorice notes come through on the backside. I'm fairly impressed with this. Touch of kind of a brighter red fruit on the back of the mid palate. Good balance. That's a solid cab. I'm just saying right now. Surprised. Totally surprised. When I see $11 on a cab, I kind of go, where are we going here? But I think most of you that would try this would go, hey, this is pretty good cab. I'm going to go straight up B. Way above average. It's above average. In the B category, for 11 bucks, I think it's a steal. I think it's a steal. And that licorice lingers. Big time. Okay. Wow. Let's move on. 2020, Lovely Creatures Cabernet Sauvignon. And this is Western Cape. We talked about the Western Cape in the last episode. Big umbrella with a lot of different winemaking regions in it, including Stellenbosch, Franschhoek, Constancia, Swartland, Parel. Those are Parel and Stellenbosch, big areas in South Africa. So this is a Western Cape, the biggest wine growing region in South Africa. I compare it to the Columbia Valley and Washington State. South Africa has 250,000 vineyard acres planted. They've been doing this a long time. Look at the color on this. Very, very dark, 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 hedging towards black, blackish red. Let's see what we get on those. I like the, pretty cool label. You get excited sometimes. That last wine got me excited. Forgot to show you the label. Sorry about that. Definitely smoky on the nose. I get like a smoky, like you're barbecuing something, and the smoke comes up and they have those spices on the barbecue, and you get that smokiness. That has smoky. Very interesting kind of barbecue spices. Smoky cherries. Maybe you're barbecuing cherries. Have you ever barbecued cherries? I have not. But have you? I don't know. Very interesting aromatics. I mean, very interesting. 13.5 alcohol. Yeah. I'm getting a huge barbecue spice smoke thing going on with the cherries. A little bit of currant. Let's see what we get on the palate. The smoke comes through on the mid palate. You just get a little bit of that smokiness. Spicy on the finish. Now the intensity of the kind of the barbecue spices do not come through on the palate, which is very interesting to me. Very interesting to me. Almost. That's it. Eucalyptus. It just hit me. That's it. Very eucalyptus on this one. Nice cherry, currant notes coming through. Sturdy tannins, but very smooth. Get just a touch of grip on the backside. Spicy on the finish. This is a, what did I say this was? $15? Cool label. 15 bucks. Now, I'm kind of excited about this one because $15 is a price point where I can find a few good cabs. This one falls into the really good cab category with that kind of eucalyptus, currant, spice thing going on. I like that. If you don't like eucalyptus, you're not going to like this cab. Just saying, hands down, you're not going to like it, but I like it. It adds an interesting characteristic to the wine. I like the spice. The tannins are sturdy, but very friendly tannins, for lack of a better term. This is a good food wine. I'd have this with steak any day of the week. Any day of the week. It would stand up to stews, you know, barbecued steak, whatever you're doing. A lot of you guys are going to be grilling this summer, want a red wine. This would be a great value cab at $15. I'm going to go BB Plus on that one. Really like that. Solid wine. But, once again, you have to like eucalyptus because it's in this wine. You might translate it as a little mintiness, but it's not heavy mint because of the currants and cherries. Love that wine. $15 BB Plus. Okay, time to move on. This is so far exciting episode, exciting wines. I like it. I'm sure I'm going to butcher this name. I'm looking at the label right now going, oh my God, what is this? 2019 Canon Cop Cadet Cabernet Sauvignon wine. Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch, as we mentioned, is kind of east, just a touch north of Cape Town. It's a college town. I had lunch there. Great little town, very busy. This was in it a Michael Jordan, $23. All right, Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch falls under the umbrella of, you got it, Western Cape. Dark, hedging towards black. It's the best you're going to get out of me color-wise. I need to work on my colors, but this is really dark Cabernet Sauvignon. Let's see what we get on the nose. Ooh, this has chocolate, herbaceous, kind of reminds me of a 1970s Napa Valley cab. Licorice, currants, herbaceous, touch of chocolate. I like these big glasses. I need to use this more when I'm doing the big reds. Yeah, a little branchiness, a little twigs, a little, not tomato leaf, but, you know, kind of that herbaceous, kind of leafy action. I like the licorice notes. Let's see what we get on the palate. We're getting more serious now, or we are getting serious now. Well, these are pretty good wines. This has more depth, more complexity, for sure. Dark cherry, currant notes. The herbaceousness comes through barely. You kind of that sort of leafy sort of thing going on, maybe blackberry leaf thing, but it's nicely integrated. It just kind of lies underneath, kind of sneaks up on you. If you're not paying attention, you might not taste it. If this has food, you might not taste it at all. Just saying, good structure. The tannins are sturdy but approachable. You see, now, this is why I struggle with, and good acidity, by the way. Nicely integrated acidity, keeps it fresh on the palate. This, again, solid food wine. I always like to find a solid food wine cab. So many people now, so many producers are making these kind of fruit-forward, kind of, you know, plumpy, gushy cabs that, you know, that you can drink solo, kind of like a cocktail wine. This one's more serious. Has some food, good sturdy tannins. I like this wine a lot. I mean, $23. Now, and this is why I'm doing these episodes, because I want you guys to think serious about going to the South African section of a store, wine shop, wherever you're going, and look at those wines and say, hey, I want to try the Canon Cop Cadet Cab 2019, $23. I promise you right now, people do not have problem, even with the economy the way it is, spending $23 on a cab from Napa or from Washington. But this, guys, is solid cab. This is going to be in my section. Just telling you. That herbaceousness, like I said, is nicely integrated, but it's there. Oh, this is a good cab. This is a solid cab. I'm gonna go A minus. I like it a lot. Let's move on. The last one. 2019 Stark-Conde Cabernet Sauvignon Stellenbosch. Oh God, do I even want to try this? Junkershock Valley Stellenbosch. This rolls in at $31. Now, I'm going to be straightforward here on this one. I have this in my wine department and nobody bought it. And I think that's sad. I think it's sad when you have a, well, at the time, I don't know what this vintage tastes like. This is a 19. I had an older vintage, but I'll just tell you right now, it saddens me when you put a $31 cab from South Africa on the shelf and people don't even look at it. And yet, they'll spend that much money all day on California cab. But, that being said, let's see how the 19 is showing. Again, super dark, red-black. That's where I'm going with that one. Let's see what we get on the nose. Well, this has nice cedar tones, a little eucalyptus on this one as well. Do they have eucalyptus in Stellenbosch? I don't know. This is sort of a menthol pencil lead thing going on. Let's go there. Let's go there. Very Bordeaux-like on the nose. That's definitely characteristics of Bordeaux. Graphite. Let's say graphite. A little touch of mint. Currants, chocolate, and licorice. We're talking now, baby. Let's see what we get on the palate. Almost bloody tannins. Bloody. Fresh meat, bloody. Tannins are structured. I mean, they have a little grip on the finish. They hold the wine up nicely. Currants. Get a touch of cedar. The oak notes come through big time. It definitely has oak on it, for sure. So does the Cannon Cop. This is more prevalent, more obvious. That's what I'm looking for. Wow, it's really grippy, like sandpaper on the top of in my gums right here, on my tongue. Those are oak tannins, by the way. Might be slightly over oaked, in my opinion. Now, if you had this with some protein, meats, that would take the edge off the oak. But I think this has too much oak on it for my taste. It's drying my mouth out. Seriously drying my mouth out. Almost to the point where I can't get the fruit flavors. There's some oak there. I mean oak. Currant notes, cherry, red cherry and currant notes coming through. But it's definitely oaky. Now if you like oaky cab, you're going to like this wine. But I think it's a little out of balance personally. Just saying. The chocolate notes kind of sneak in on the backside of this one. But I think overall, that oak just kind of overtakes this wine. Yeah, in fact, it doesn't even I think it hides some of what this wine should be all about. It always disappoints me when somebody over oaks a wine because it just really takes away from what you could be enjoying about this wine. It's not terrible. If you like oak, you're going to love this wine. But I'm going to go B minus. It has good structure, it has good integration, but the oak is overpowering. C plus, B minus. QPR wise, it's not worth the money that they're asking. Well, not a good way to finish, but overall, the first three were awesome, which is exciting. And the last one was just, yeah, I don't need to say anymore. Thank you for taking a little time out of your day to watch. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.